Welcome to the Bahraini Voice podcast. Today, with me, we have a very special guest. Um, the man himself, the legend himself, the guy who used to be my boss back in the day in high school. welcome, Ahmed Rahimi. Welcome.
Thank you, Ahmed, for having me. It's a pleasure. I noticed that most of your podcasts are less than 15 minutes.
How dare you critique my content?
Let's hope this one passes 30 minutes.
Just a little introduction to our special guest. His name is Ahmed Rahimi. He is a student at the American University of Bahrain. And he's a really good guy. He used to be with me in high school at NVTC. And he's a really big movie enthusiast, as you may or may not know. He really likes movies, especially Marvel movies, DC movies, superhero movies, all that nerdy, saucy stuff that most of you like and like everybody likes, apparently. And we're gonna be talking about a variety of topics, including Spider-Man No Way Home and a lot of MCU, DC stuff. I consider this episode a very special episode, and I hope you all enjoy it. Let's listen to the next segment of this episode.
So we wanted to talk about Spider-Man No Way Home.
Yes. How many times have you seen it?
Two times. To be honest, I've seen it two times. The first time, I was like, "Wow, shit!" But then when I watched it the second time, I was watching it only to like analyze things and see what did I miss, stuff like that.
True. I've seen it 3 times. I wanted to go for 4th, but it got removed from IMAX.
ما تشبع.
But I love Marvel. I love cinema. Honestly, it's like Spider-Man isn't like, I won't say any, but like isn't like most Marvel movies. It's different. It's something delivered for the fans. Even if you haven't watched the previous movies, you'll still enjoy. But if you're someone, let's say like me, who grew up on Spider-Man, I even have what's it called? My phone cover is Spider-Man. I bought it especially for this movie. As someone who grew up on Spider-Man, this movie is nostalgic. It brings back childhood memories, especially if you see all the characters. I have watched all
like they're all like.
So yeah, I was explaining to him before the audio cut off. I was explaining to him, oh yeah, that scene when all of the 3 Spider-Men were like swinging around and like all of them in perfect synchronicity and like they look so amazing, and then cue the amazing Spider-Man music, that not the Star Wars music, please like leave Star Wars aside. We're gonna keep Star Wars to a different episode. We're gonna talk about that on a different day. But today we're talking about Spider-Man. We're talking about one of the most iconic superheroes in the history of superheroes and super villains and anti-heroes and stuff like that. So to the next segment that I salvaged from the Zoom audio. So yeah,
it was something like delivered on point. It was well worth the wait, honestly. The hype which everyone had, it was its place.
That's
It was
correct,
not
but
misplaced in any way. It was perfect, honestly.
it was
And I have a
perfect,
theory,
yeah.
but I'll talk about it later. I'll talk about it about the theory later. I want to see your opinion about it. So let's continue. Let's see where do we get to.
Okay, so my question is that before the movie release, there was a lot of fighting on Twitter and social media over if Toby and Andrew would
And
appear in the actual movie. And I was one of the doubters. I was one of the people who was like, nah, they wouldn't do it.
I know.
No, they said Andrew
I know.
himself on the show that he wouldn't be there. He's not the wolf. He's not the big bad wolf. He's not gonna be there. And if he was gonna be there, he'll be.
Okay, let me clarify some things here. Andrew Garfield, he is the Amazing Spider-Man, the second Spider-Man actually, and he personally said that he wouldn't be appearing in any new Spider-Man movie. That's what he allegedly said on one of those late night shows where he was asked if he was going to appear or not. And they asked him several times on like different shows, and every time they asked him, he said that he wasn't the big bad wolf, or that he wouldn't appear, and if he was going to appear, he's gonna be completely honest about it, and he'll say it and stuff like that. And yeah, he was. This whole time we were thinking that he was saying the truth, but in the end, to the people who have seen the movie, I'm sorry to the people who haven't seen it, a little bit of a spoiler, but he is in the movie.
And then when the movie released,
and he was there. He was there. Do your mind. Honestly, like with Andrew and Toby, like you said at first, I did not believe it, but that was like the first 2 weeks only when the news came out. I think it was back in I don't know, August, September. I'm not really sure, to be honest. And I mean 2020, not 21. The news came out, and I was like, it's just one of those, crazy Marvel theories, which, because they want fans to enjoy it, they will bring. I said, no, there is no way.
That's true.
But until weirdly, at the same week, Tobey Maguire was in Hollywood. At the same time, he was.
Yes. He was seen in the airport with.
Yes.
Yeah. That's right.
He was seen near the studio. The same thing with Andrew Garfield, and their suits, like the sketch art for their suits, were like all over the internet. So I was like, okay, I'll not believe it 100%, but I'll take it with a grain of salt. If it happened, it would be something crazy. If it didn't, I didn't keep my hopes up. But leak after leak, just I don't know, it felt more right. Like, especially the sources which I take my news from, they were the ones who were retweeting it. So if it's from them, then why do I have to doubt? I trust them. It's been years, and all their news are trustworthy. And whatever I upload on my store, it's mostly from them. And I wouldn't upload anything except when it's like true, or even if it's a rumor, I would write that it's a rumor from, let's say, a weak source or a strong source. So yeah, whatever they used to upload, I used to upload. And I know many people who said, no, he's not gonna come out, and you will be disappointed. I don't know what. And I entered the cinema. Before I entered the cinema by, let's say, a week, they had the red carpet at LA, I think, and leaks were just flying, I swear, all over the Twitter, Instagram, people recording the early screening for the movie. And what would my uncle do? Like, طبعا, every Marvel movie, he would send me the leaks. And I would tell him, don't spoil on me. Wallah, he would send the leaks. And I remember watching one video. It was cam recorded with a phone, where Zendaya and John Batna, I think that's his name, they were in the same room. Ned and MJ, they were in the same room, and Ned does the circle with his hand.
Oh, okay.
With the ring, the magic ring of Doctor Strange. Well, Andrew comes out. Before he even comes out, I knew what would happen because I heard the fans screaming. But this was the moment which I knew with full certainty that there is no way Andrew and Toby aren't in the movie. No, I would bet with everything that I have. I would sell my phone, I would sell my laptop, everything. But they're in the movie. And I went, and والله العظيم, like, even when I knew they would come out, when they did, I was just
Bro. يعني
everyone was screaming. And I was screaming, I was clapping, I was like, you know how excited I was for the movie? والله العظيم. I entered the movie. It was supposed to be me and my friend Ahmed. I'm entering movies with him since what, like 7th grade now. And what happened is that I got there, he didn't. So by the time he got in, it was the first 3-4 minutes of the movie where Spider-Man is still swinging with MJ all around New York. And what happened was that my friend called and he said, Ahmed, I reached, but I don't have a mask. Please come down, bring me a mask. I was like, no, go help yourself, find a mask. I'm not coming down. Wallah al-azim. Like, imagine it's the first IMAX screening. It was Wednesday, 8:30. I was watching it with the first people, like very first people in Bahrain. And he's telling me, come out, bring a mask. No, wallah al-azim. Imagine if I went out and I came back, I would miss the what's it called? Matt Murdock, the Daredevil scene. If I went out and brought him a mask. So I was just insanely excited for it. Like, wallah, I was.
Have you noticed how many times he said wallah? 3 times.
I was in university. I remember this day very well. The trailer got leaked, the first official trailer. It got leaked. I remember that they said that tomorrow at, I think, 3 a.m. our time, Bahrain time, the trailer would drop, the official trailer by Sony and Marvel. I said, okay, I won't stay awake. You know, it's university. I could stay awake. Like, I do it, especially when it comes to Marvel and, you know, big movies and stuff like that. I would stay awake. Like, for Oscars back in February, I stayed from 3 or 4 a.m. till like 6 a.m. and I'm just reporting what happened at the Oscars. And it wasn't even Oscars. It was live on God knows what channel. It was horrible. The worst Oscars I've ever witnessed. But like, you could understand my type of إني مجنون. I would stay till morning just to watch something. Wallah, you could like wake up, look at your phone. Oh, they did that. No, I'm not that type. I want to watch it first human on earth.
Yeah,
which is impossible. But yeah, you got my point.
Yes, I do.
I woke up, I saw my notification. Twitter was on fire. I swear to God. Like, as I scroll, Spider-Man, and I follow many accounts, many news accounts on Twitter, not mainly about, let's say, MCU or Marvel, but all of them were only like, their topic was Spider-Man for that day, the entire day. But I was like, the trailer came out, but I'm not watching it. I went to the university, I downloaded the trailer, I waited for my friend to come, and we saw it. We saw the trailer. I swear to God, if you could have seen my face expression, especially that last moment where Doctor Strange says, they are all coming, I cannot stop it. This for me was like, okay, come on, Toby, come on, Andrew, come on. And I was furious. Wallah, I was banging on the table like, no!
I mean,
Wallah, I was so mad. But at the same time, I repeated the trailer maybe more than 6 times at the same seating, same time. I was going crazy. It was a crazy one. It definitely deserved whatever it deserved.
I completely agree. It was pretty crazy. But the thing is that what was I gonna say? Yeah. Even though the movie was really, 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 really hyped.
Yes.
And Marvel and Sony claiming in the beginning that those two wouldn't be appearing in the movie. Do you think that They had leaks purposely so that they could like hype up the movie and stuff.
Yeah, this was the question which I wanted to ask you at the beginning. This is my theory. Like a week or two ago, I went to this cinema club at the Raven's Nest Cafe in Budaya, and we would talk about, let's say, each week or each bi-week, it's a different topic. And that week was Spider-Man, and I watched it the second time. That day, I finished the cinema. No, sorry. The next day, I would go for it the third time, if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, we were discussing about Marvel, and one of the topics was, were the leaks on purpose? Like, did someone leak it from Sony, or did Sony on purpose leaked it themselves? Like, it was a marketing strategy.
Exactly.
And before we get the trailer, yeah, the trailer is something big, something you would work on for months, and then you would release it, and then you would have nothing. You have to wait like few weeks till you get the second official trailer, or something like this. There were so many pieces to fit together, especially when it comes to a big project like between Marvel and Sony. It's Spider-Man, like the most famous character after, let's say, or before Batman and Superman. These are the characters which we grew up with. Like, sure, anyone just say superhero, and they would simply just say Superman, Batman, and Spider-Man. Like Iron Man, Captain America, they weren't introduced to us when we were kids. We knew them as we grew up, as Marvel Studios expanded. As I said, one of the topics was, were they leaked on purpose by Sony, or let's say it was a marketing strategy, or was it leaked by, like, it actually was leaked by someone? Like, it wasn't in plans, it just happened.
Exactly.
When we talked about it, I wasn't the one talking, they were the one doing the talking. Like, one of the topics which were brought up, that it was actually leaked by Sony. It was a marketing strategy. Because if you think about it, the fans get more hype on a movie if they have, let's say, a
exclusive
or
information or something.
Yes, even if it's a dot, a single. I don't know how to describe it, but no matter how small it is, it keeps the fans hyped up. And I think it was a smart decision. Why? Because when they leaked, let's say that Toby and Andrew would be in, and I think this one wasn't a leak. I think I mean, like, it wasn't a marketing strategy. It was actually a leak. But when it comes to, let's say, the videos or the photos which got leaked from the set, I think it was marketing strategy at this point. They wanted to have the fans, they wanted to test how much excited they are for this thing, because Andrew and Toby, they haven't been Spider-Man in a very long time. And I remember Spider-Man 3 and Amazing Spider-Man 2, they didn't get good reviews. Many people hated it. They wanted to see if there was still acceptance for these two Spider-Mans, because one is old. Like, خلاص, Toby is old. You can use him, but his use is very rare. His purpose is very rare. He could be mentor or something like this. But when it comes to Andrew,
oh my god,
Andrew, for me, he's my Spider-Man. He's Spider-Man, Andrew. And Tom is the perfect Peter Parker. He's the young kid. He's the 16-year-old teenager. And for me, he's the combination of both, the best Spider-Man and the best Peter Parker. And there is too much of him that we didn't see. I think Sony did, because there was a debate on whether to keep Andrew and Toby in the trailer or not. And I remember this very well when the news came out, that it was a debate between Kevin Feige. Kevin Feige speaks of the entire MCU, of the entire Marvel Studios, and between Sony, whether they keep Andrew and Toby in the trailer or not. That was why I was so excited when the trailer came out. I was like, where is Andrew? Where is Toby? When Doctor Strange said, I cannot stop it, they are all coming in. I expected that they would be in the trailer. Because in the end, the Spider-Man is so far still is a Sony property character and not Marvel Studios. It's still owned by Sony. The rights are still on. That's why when we start the movie, at first you would see Columbia Pictures, which is Sony's most famous studio. And then you would see Marvel Studios logo and not the other way around, because it is made by Sony. Yes, okay. That's why. Spider-Man is still owned by Sony, and I'll come back to this point later. That's why the Rahim,
Yeah, Rahim, yeah.
Azzuz. I went with them the third time. Yeah, and one of his points, Rahim, was that why was the ending like this? Like it wasn't a happy ending. Why did this one happen? Why did yeah?
Hear me out.
I have a theory, and this is one of the topics which we discussed also at the Heaven's Nest, the movie club.
What's the
I'll
point?
come back to that later.
What's the point of having Toby and Andrew in the movie and like involved in the story, but in the end, everything gets erased back, and actually it gets much worse, where everybody forgets who Spider-Man is. And spoiler alert, everybody who hasn't watched the movie yet, but
it's okay. Whoever didn't see, like, you're at lost, man. Like you missed on the best chance to end your 2021 on a good note. To be honest, yani. Sorry about that, but you deserve to be spoiled on because you didn't see the movie. Right now, who's listening? I'm sorry, but that's your fault. It's not our fault, yani.
Exactly. Yes. Exactly.
Continue your question, please. What was it?
Yeah. What was like if Sony and Marvel were going to involve Andrew and Toby in the movie, and we saw them and we're really hyped and stuff like that, but in the end, we all get buzzkilled. We all get these happy but melancholy vibes. Why? Because everybody forgets who Spider-Man is, and like it doesn't get better, it gets worse by everybody forgetting who he is, not knowing that he existed, or it's like Iron Man's legacy was just like thrown away, That's how I felt. Like he is considered the junior Iron Man kind of thing. Like his son, or like his godson, or something like that. I do feel like they had this kind of father-son relationship between Iron Man and Spider-Man. So I just wanted to know what was your opinion about the memory erasing that Doctor Strange did at the end of the movie.
I understand. Okay. This is going to be a bit of a long answer, and it has to do something with which we saw in the movie, and I'm going to bring theories from what we saw in the movie. At first, as you said, Tom Holland Spider-Man is literally when we first started seeing him in the MCU, which was in Captain America: Civil War at the Berlin airport battle. He from then till, let's say, Spider-Man Far From Home, he was still, let's say, Iron Man's protege. Like, honestly, it was always Spider-Man behind his back. He was always Spider-Man. Iron Man's. He was always behind Iron Man's back. Iron Man would do everything for him. The suit was from Iron Man, so everything was from Tony Stark. It wasn't Spider-Man. It wasn't like, let's say, Andrew. Andrew, he started on himself. He did the suit. Same thing with Toby. But with, let's say, Tom Holland, it was a bit different. It was more of, he had help. He had someone holding his back. If he fell, there are people to protect him, unlike Andrew and Toby. In this movie, what we saw is that there was very, 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 very little mention of Iron Man or Tony Stark. Like, I watched the movie 3 times, and like I rarely heard the word Iron Man or Tony Stark. Rarely. And you can watch the movie, or you could search online, and it's not mentioned more than maybe, I don't know, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. Not more than 5 times. I'm dead sure about this one. But this was the movie where Tom Holland Spider-Man became Spider-Man. He became the man of himself, who he is, who is Spider-Man, the real Spider-Man, who is a kid, who is a teenager, your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, but he's taking up matters which are bigger than himself. Why would they erase someone who just had his start, who just, entered the world of Spider-Man, who discovered who he is, his powers, his abilities? He's taking something which is bigger than himself. Why would they erase everything? This is where the theory kicks in. I have two answers for this one. One, we did not forget who Spider-Man is. We just forgot who Peter Parker is. You know, the Doctor Strange spell is everyone would forget that Peter Parker is Spider-Man. So what he did is
Oh, okay.
that people do know that there's Spider-Man, do know that Spider-Man is there, but they don't know that Peter Parker, this kid, is Spider-Man. That's the first point. The second point, Doctor Strange. I don't know if you have noticed this one, but of course, someone who has watched the movie 3 times, that the first time which Peter Parker, or let's say Tom Holland, goes to Doctor Strange at the Sanctum Sanctorium, when they go down to the underworld, undercraft, I don't know what you want to call it, when he does the spell, what does he say to Spider-Man? Well, after he runs the spell, he says that you changed the spell 6 times. What does Spider-Man tell him? It's 5 times. Why did Doctor Strange say 6? Because he
shit.
include himself from the people who wouldn't forget that Peter Parker is Spider-Man. I'm dead sure about this point. There is no way in the world that the smartest person in the entire MCU would do such a thing, that he would forget that Peter Parker is Spider-Man. Like, there is no way. There is no way. This is one thing. The other thing is the ending, which is my interpretation, to be honest, that they wanted a clean slate. The original plan for the Spider-Man movies was a trilogy. Homecoming, Far From Home, and then what's it called? No Way Home. It was a trilogy, and that was the end.
I see.
I don't know if there were plans to make a different Spider-Man or not. Of course, now there is. It has been announced, and there will be, I think, a 4th and a 5th Spider-Man movie, if I'm not mistaken, 2 movies. But
3. I heard there were 3.
No, it would be more. It would be. Oh, sorry. You meant like 3 extra movies.
Yeah.
I know what's confirmed is that it's 2 for now. Third one, I honestly hope, Ya Rab, I hope it would be the new Avengers, the Young Avengers, which will be led by Spider-Man. And it's what happened in comics, which I hope it would happen in the MCU. Like, we have Kate Bishop, she's in the MCU right now from the Hawkeye TV show. We have Echo, we have Ironheart, which is Iron Man's daughter, if I'm not mistaken. So we have a lot of new young characters, and we have Wanda's kids. I forgot their names.
Wait. Regarding, okay, let's talk about Iron Man for a second. Okay, let's talk for Iron Man for a second.
Yes.
We all know that Infinity War was one of those like saddest movies that we've seen from Marvel, and Iron Man's death wasn't something to be taken lightly.
Wait. Which movie are you talking about?
Wait, we're talking about Iron Man's death.
Okay, which movie did you mention?
Infinity War. Oh wait, no, it was Endgame. Oh yeah, it was Endgame. Oh shit. Okay,
Please.
it was Endgame, bro. I'm so fucking rusty. I am rusty. Okay,
Okay.
listen to me.
Okay.
When the movie released and everybody watched the movie and they cried and stuff like that, I started reading online about, okay, if Iron Man was dead, then who's gonna lead the Avengers? Who's gonna be like the next successor? Most of the answers were Spider-Man. Other answers were Captain America, but then when they said Captain America, a lot of people said that, and a lot of people replied saying that Captain America, after the time blip, I think the blip, he became like old and shit, like he can't, like his body aged or something, and he's not like fit to be the leader. And so I looked at Marvel's IG story at the time, and they said that Iron Man has a long lost brother. from a long time ago, and that he may be the next successor.
Long lost brother.
Yeah,
This is the first time knowing this, but okay. I'll search it later. Let's see.
he has a long
Okay,
lost
continue.
brother, and
Mhm.
he was involved in the comics themselves. And a lot of people say that he's like the dark kind of opposite of Iron Man himself. You know, like he's the evil version, and that
Mm.
he's gonna turn good because he discovers that his brother dies or something. And yeah, that's I was blown away. I didn't even think that Iron Man would have a brother or something like that. But when you did mention Ironheart, his daughter, I was like, yeah, maybe. I think that's a um more kind of, how do I say this? A better alternative than his
Fitting.
brother. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mhm. So I searched and I saw that his brother is called Arno Stark.
Exactly,
Uh,
yes.
yeah, and he's very recent. From what I'm reading is that Marvel has found Tony Stark's long lost brother in Iron Man 2020, which is in comics, which released in 2020, I think. But he's still a new character, I would say. I don't think they would gamble with him. Uh, about the successor, about the Avengers, the original Avengers, the six Avengers, which had Hulk, Hawkeye, Thor, Iron Man, Tony Stark, and Black Widow. Most of them are gone. Most of them we cannot use them anymore. And the reason for Endgame, why everything happened the way it happened, was like how can I say it? It was close to Spider-Man No Way Home. And that's why the director, John Watts, called Spider-Man No Way Home as Endgame. It was Spider-Man Endgame.
Right. Yeah, yeah, I get that.
And I'll explain why. With Avengers Endgame, Iron Man went away. That's it. He's dead. Captain America, he's way too old. Way too old. He went back in time to spend his life with Peggy. So by now, the time which everything happened, I think, till 2023, he's very old. He cannot be used. But so far, no one knows where he is. That's one thing. Who do we have? We have Black Widow. She's dead. We have Hawkeye. Hawkeye, I think that's it. He's retired. I don't know if you have seen the Hawkeye TV show. It's not a spoiler, by the way, but like Hawkeye's time has come to an end. Like this is his time to rest. خلاص. Then we have Thor. We will see what would happen with him, but I honestly think Thor is no way fit or capable to lead any group. Like he even gave the leading mantle to Valkyrie, and which movie was it? I think it was Endgame, if I'm not mistaken. And he's now with the Guardians. She's leading the new Asgard. Then who do we have? Who did I miss? Hawk. See, there's this issue right now. Hawk is a character which is not owned by Marvel Studios, and that's why we haven't seen a movie from him or a TV show from him. He's owned by Universal Studios. The agreement is, if I'm mistaken, that every 5 years they have to use the character in a movie, or else the rights will go back to Marvel Studios. That's why we have seen a movie. When was it? I think 2008 or 2009, right after Iron Man 1, which was by Universal and what's it called? Marvel Studios. Like when you saw the movie, you would see it's a Universal and Marvel Studios movie. But since then, I don't know what's the agreement, what was the change. But he only comes out in other movies. Like there is no Hulk related or or Hulk focused on movie or TV show. For now, what they are doing is that they are bringing in him in the She-Hulk TV show. So he's attached to another. Let's say, yeah, he's in the TV show. So now, who did we mention? Thor, no. Black Widow, no, she's dead. Iron Man, he's dead. Hawkeye, no. Captain America, no. Then we have one last. Did I say Iron Man? I don't know. Like all six cannot be used anymore. That's it. They are down there.
Oh yeah. What about Ant-Man?
Ant-Man, he has his own world now. Kang will enter the universe. He entered officially, but not Kang. We saw if I'm not mistaken, I don't remember his name, but it was at the time which Loki's last episode came out, where the theories were going like out of this world. I even wrote an entire video about it. It was nearly 9 minutes, if I'm not mistaken, but I didn't upload it. I did not have the time to edit it, honestly. But what will happen is that everyone will have their own, let's say, evil character, which is what I'm afraid of, to be honest. And now we will have Fantastic Four introduced into the MCU, and they will have, if I'm not mistaken, the villain will be
Oh my god.
Doctor Doom. Yes, Doctor Doom will be the villain. So he's one of the strongest villains out there. Well, then Thanos is not dead yet. He can come back, Tara. So we have Thanos still. We have in Guardians, what's he called? I forgot his name. The one.
I forgot all about the Fantastic Four, bro.
What's his name? I forgot his name. I'm here. I don't forget anything. Then what do we have? Kang the Conqueror is there. So we have so many strong, or let's say powerful, evil characters. And we also have the Eternals. They have the Deviants. They have the.
Yeah,
what's they called?
about the
Yeah.
Eternals. Yes.
The Eternals will come to that another day. The movie will come down at January 12th. If I'm not mistaken, we'll watch it, then we'll have another discussion about it. But for now, we have so many evil characters. And what I'm afraid of, that they are not your normal evil character. You know, they are not the, let's say, the ones which you could easily kill them off in one movie. That would be a wrong thing to do. You have to use them. Like, see, Thanos, he was there from the very first Avenger movie. You know, we knew that he is the ultimate evil. He's the ultimate villain. In the end, we got a proper movie, a proper two movies, but not one movie, where we were, I would say, the fans were satisfied with what we got. Not all of them, طبعا. But it was a proper ending. So what happened in Endgame was that they put an end for all of these Avengers, the old Avengers, so we could start a new slate, new page, new leaf from after that movie. And what happened with Spider-Man? Why did they erase Peter Parker? Is like, in my theory, is that they want to start again a new slate. We all know Andrew, we all knew Toby, we all love them, they're villains. I think they wanted to bring them in to show that they exist, you know, they're on. So what happened was in Spider-Man No Way Home, what they did is they wanted to, I won't say copy, but follow the same path as Endgame. You know, they ended the original Avengers because they want to start new. They have so many new characters. Ant-Man still hasn't been used fully. Loki, we haven't discovered him fully. You know, he's such a great character, Loki, and much more, to be honest. With Endgame, I think they stopped the characters or put them to rest. So we could start with the new characters that we have at hand right now. And it's the same thing with Spider-Man, but Spider-Man is a bit different. Why? One, because it's a shared property between Marvel and Sony. You know, the character isn't Marvel Studios' character. But they have to, let's say, put a full stop somewhere and start new. So if in future any disagreement happen, at least they have ended it somewhere. تعرف أن okay, in No Way Home, now everyone doesn't know who is Peter Parker, doesn't know who is Spider-Man, the real identity of Spider-Man, but it's okay, عادي. We have Spider-Man, we saw his story, خلاص. You know, if there was a disagreement between Sony and Marvel, and they would continue, خلاص, we had our trilogy.
About Spider-Man, there's this another thing that I wanted to talk about. What was it? Yes. Now that Toby has gone to rest, the OG Spider-Man is like, his story is done, even though his main movie wasn't completed, but okay, sure. But a lot of people, there are rumors that are saying that Andrew Garfield is getting an Amazing Spider-Man 3 movie.
This is what I'm hoping, honestly. Like, I don't mind not getting a Tom Holland
but
4 and getting Andrew Garfield 4.
There's an exception. There's an exception.
Yes.
That they're going to mix between Venom and the Amazing Spider-Man 3. They're gonna like put them both in this movie, and so And like, with respect to that, we know that we now know that Venom is not in the MCU universe. He is in Andrew Garfield's universe. You
This
understand me?
one, no one knows to be exact. This is the point which I will come up to, yani. But continue, please. I'll talk after I finish.
And yeah, so there's been a lot of rumors about this, and that they want Andrew Garfield back because he's like the perfect Spider-Man slash Peter Parker. He's like a blend of both
Yes.
Toby and Tom Holland.
Yeah.
And another point is that they're gonna make a fourth movie with Andrew Garfield.
Okay.
In the movie, but he's not gonna be the main character. The main character is gonna be his girlfriend, even though she died.
Gwen Stacy.
Gwen Stacy, exactly.
Yeah.
She's gonna come from another universe and shit, and then they're gonna be like, yeah, I couldn't save my MJ, and then she's like, yeah, I couldn't save my Peter Parker. So they're gonna like,
They would cry, they would fall in love.
yeah, shit like that. So yeah, there's a lot of fan fiction going on Twitter about this, and there is one tweet, I don't know which one, but Sony replied. This is very big, okay? Sony replied to this tweet,
Okay.
saying that, quote unquote, they wrote, "This has potential."
Someone's getting fired. صدقني, someone's getting fired. Who's ever holding that Twitter account is getting fired. That's potentially good. Okay.
Straight up, this has potential. Like 1,000, like 200 likes on that tweet. And yeah, so we have Andrew Garfield coming back. This is just rumors, okay? Rumor number one, Andrew Garfield coming back. Rumor number two, Gwen Stacy coming back with Andrew Garfield. Rumor number three, Venom being involved in these three movies.
Okay. Let's start with rumor number one. What happened in No Way Home, as I said, they wanted to start a new slate, not just, let's say, for Tom Holland, but also for Andrew Garfield. What we are saying is that now, outside of MCU, is Venom, Morbius, which we will see him coming soon, in May, if I'm not mistaken. And we have, what's it called? The Andrew Garfield Spider-Man. I think these three will be in Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man universe. Both Venom, Andrew Garfield, and Morbius. But with Morbius, why it has been delayed, not only because, let's say, the Omicron, but there are rumors, which honestly, they're not from very reliable sources, but they are saying that it's to bring in Andrew Garfield in the plan, in the works, as a post-credit scene or whatever it is. But I don't think that will happen. But as I said, yeah, I don't think that will happen, honestly. Like, Morbius is such a new character, and you want at the very beginning of this film to stuck him with, let's say, Andrew Garfield Spider-Man. You took on the, let's say, attention from him and put it on Andrew Garfield. Like, that's not fair, to be honest. Tobey Maguire is done on the side. I don't think they will use him ever again. Tom Holland, I'm very, 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 very certain they will use him. They will milk him till the last point. He will be the MCU Spider-Man, but for Sony, Andrew Garfield is their Spider-Man, in my opinion. That's now let's keep this aside. I'll come back to it later. And yeah, the Tom Holland's Spider-Man, as I mentioned earlier, that Doctor Strange still knows him, still know who he is. And there is another theory that many people say that, the let's say the brainwash which happened for everyone is actually for everyone on Earth and not outside of Earth. So Nick Fury still knows who Peter Parker is. So this is one point which no one knows it's true yet or not true. We have to wait till Secret Invasion, I think, Nick Fury's TV show, to fully like if they will tackle this issue or not. So this is theory number one. Theory number two, no, sorry. Theory number one, as I said, Andrew Garfield will be Sony's Spider-Man, so they will use him. That's certain. We will have the Amazing Three. If it didn't happen, you saw what happened with Zack Snyder Justice League. The same thing will
okay.
fans do. And Mook Fire, like the Spider-Man fans are so crazy that YouTube literally had to enroll a new
category.
A new update, and that no one can see the dislikes. They can only see the thumbs up.
Oh yeah. Because that went viral.
Because the fans were going and like disliking every let's say uploaded thing on YouTube from Sony.
No. Look.
See how crazy
the dislike thing about YouTube has like something way bigger than Spider-Man. It has a lot of reasons. We'll talk about that later, but
but that contributed in a way, and like to speed up things, to make it happen eventually. So theory number one, the Amazing Spider-Man will happen. That's certain. If it didn't happen, صدقني, let me just graduate, get some money. I'll go sue them. Wallah, I might do it. Your
brother Ahmed on the roll.
Like Andrew Garfield,
on the roll.
Still no. Andrew Garfield, he's still fresh. We still don't know him, and he's quite different, to be honest. Like in No Way Home, he mentioned that there was a point where he stopped holding his punches, and this is what I think makes him the different Spider-Man, the one who is the most extreme.
That's why they
most violent, because now he just doesn't stop. He just whoever is wrong, he will just punish them. Yes, okay. We will come to Venom after theory number two. Here's theory number three, Venom. With Gwen Stacy, I honestly think there is no way they will bring back Gwen, no matter what happens.
But it's gonna be so good.
No. It would be so bad. I'll tell you why. It's wrong in every single way. It will make her death like useless. There is no point of her dying at first place.
Oh, come on.
All the suffering which Andrew went into, all the suffering which we fans went into, it would be for nothing. No, for that, we could use MJ. We could bring up a new character, but Gwen, I don't think so. Like, you could bring up, let's say, MJ or another character and let Andrew Garfield be in, let's say, confusion. And, okay, he loves Gwen. He owes all of this to Gwen. But at the same time, he has a new friend, a new lover. So how does he control his emotion? He's still haunted by Gwen. He is who he is because for that confusion, she could be the what she calls Spider-Man, Spider-Man girl, anything you want to call her, but the female version of Spider-Man. So she could be the one, not Gwen Stacy. Gwen Stacy, if you brought her, you could, but in my opinion, it would be a very, very, very cheap shot. Very cheap shot. It would be like it wouldn't be good, honestly. I don't think they will bring her. If Sony are smart, to be honest. If they are not, you will see Twitter on fire. صدقني, they will come. If there was news that the reason why Gwen wasn't in, like Emma Stone wasn't in this Spider-Man is because she was pregnant, not because she didn't want it or they didn't contact her. No, there was plans and to bring her in this movie, but she was pregnant, so they had to bring her out of the plan. So about theory number three, which is Venom. This one, I don't think Venom will be in Spider-Man's world, but I don't think he will be in the Amazing Spider-Man 3. To be completely honest, why? Because if you look at it, all three Spider-Mans, all Tobey, Andrew, and Tom Holland, their third movie, they all have a Venom in them. Like with Tobey, Spider-Man 3, his friend Eddie Brock is Venom. He fights him. And Tom Holland, Spider-Man 3, which is No Way Home, the post-credit scene is Venom, Eddie Brock. But he was introduced into the MCU and then was taken back again. With Andrew, I think they should push for something else. For who? This is for me, which is, I think, the perfect villain. He's called Kraven the Hunter. I don't want to tell
Oh,
you go
I
search
haven't
him. I'm
heard of
telling you,
this guy
he's not
before.
the perfect villain for the Amazing Spider-Man 3. Like now, he's very 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 strong. Now since Spider-Man, or let's say Andrew Garfield, had stopped holding his punches, it will be an action-packed movie. Like صدقني the fight scenes where it's like using hands, using web, using whatever object is in their way, it will be something. Like it will be a battle where you would watch it over and over and over again. You would download it on your phone. Wallah, you would open YouTube.
Oh my god.
That's how good it will be if they executed it well. But it's Sony in the end, so expect disappointment. Or as MJ says, expect disappointment and you won't be disappointed. Let's take MJ for this, for the Amazing Spider-Man 3 and the Venom theory. But Venom will definitely have, let's say, more than 2-3 movies upcoming, whether it's solo movies or connected to other characters. Morbius, he still has future. We still didn't start with him. We still don't know his story, his origins, where he will go, what he will do. So this is one thing. The other thing, that in Homecoming we had someone called Vulture, who was the father of.
Wait. What was
he was the main villain and the father of Vulture, if I'm not mistaken. Vulture. Vulture. He was the main villain, the man who was like a bird with the feather wings. I don't know, steel wings, something like this.
Oh, he reminds me of Hawk from DC.
Who?
Hawk.
Hawk. Okay. Hawkman.
Yes,
I don't
exactly.
know, something like this. The one who has the what's it called? Eagle. I don't know. Hawk wings behind him.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah. Okay. So with Morbius, Vulture is coming back. So Vulture is from the MCU world. He's from the Spider-Man world in the MCU. Happy Hogan was there when they captured Vulture. So now he's in Morbius world, which makes me think that Morbius is in MCU's world. But at the same time, Morbius, at the end of his trailer, he says, I am Venom, to a bank robber, or I don't know what they call him, burglar, whatever it is. So he says, I am Venom. So at the same time, he's in the Venom universe. So I don't know what's the connection here, in which universe he is standing on, Morbius. So let's see. He has potential. I like Morbius. I like the trailer. I'm very enthusiastic about the movie. It's a Sony movie, which you rarely see me enthusiastic about.
Right.
Excited about, but this one I have hope. Inshallah, it will be something great. Other than Morbius, as I said, they are doing Kraven the Hunter movie. They are doing a female version of Spider-Man movie. I think Spider-Man Gwen is her name, if I'm not mistaken.
I mean,
so
of course,
Sony are
like,
developing
what
many.
other name would they put? Like,
I don't think it's Spider-Man Gwen. Spider-Man Gwen is the one which is done by Gwen Stacy. I think her name is Spider-Woman, something like this.
according to the comics, there are 3 female Spider-Man.
There are endless, to be honest. Like each universe has their own. It's different. It's played by a different character. So the possibilities are endless. Let's see what happens. Let's see what line or what string they want to hold on to. They want to continue with. But to be honest, I'm optimistic about the future of MCU. But at the same time, I'm extremely afraid. Because so far they have been good at introducing new characters, like Shang-Chi. I don't know if you have shown him.
Yeah.
At the same time, they have failed in introducing Eternals in a good way. They have, let's say, done a good job introducing Kate Bishop, but at the same time, they have done a bad job in introducing Captain Marvel. So it's a balance between good and bad. Let's see what happens. We have what's he called, Moon Knight.
Okay. Yeah.
Who is like the Batman MCU version. So this one I'm very excited about. It's by Oscar Isaac, one of my favorite actors. So let's see what he does. Oscar Isaac, I think he is involved in. I don't remember the one exactly, but I remember I opened Instagram last night and I was seeing this post. I hope I can find it. Okay, no, it's gone. Sorry, but yeah, he's connected to, let's say, the X-Men.
Okay, yeah.
And the X-Men are
Deadpool
also about to
was a
enter
part of
the
the
MCU.
X-Men, wasn't it?
I'm not sure if soon or not. Yeah, Deadpool will definitely enter MCU. It's in works, of course. Like I even remember when Disney bought Fox for, I think it was 22 or 24 billion,
Oh
and
shit!
the
Okay.
creator of Deadpool was furious that, okay, they bought Fox, but they don't have any idea what they will do with Deadpool, because Deadpool and X-Men, including Fantastic Four, they are property of Fox, for Fox 20, 20, I don't know, something Fox Studios, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
So when they bought Fox, they didn't know what they would do with Deadpool, with X-Men. They had no clue. While Deadpool 3 wasn't works, like it wasn't plans. They knew what they were gonna do. This is Fox, not Disney. But when Disney bought them, the plan went to, what can I say, abyss, went to dust. Because now we are talking about MCU. You're not just alone. You have an entire collection of superheroes, worlds, universes, which you can enter Deadpool in, and the choice is very important. Whatever universe you put him in, whatever movie you decide to bring him in, this will make a very big impact on his story, on where he will go, what he will do. With Deadpool, I honestly, like, there are rumors that he will enter the second Doctor Strange movie, in the Multiverse of Madness. I think that's its name, if I'm not mistaken. But let's see what happens. I think Doctor Strange movie, if we just keep it with the American Chavez, that young character, the female character, which they introduced her, with Wanda, with the evil Doctor Strange, that's it. I swear to God, that's a perfect movie. That's 100
I mean,
out of 100.
if it was up to me, I would put Deadpool. I would like make him enter the universe where the Guardians of the Galaxy was involved. I think that he would be like, he would have a really good chemistry.
Guardians is a good choice. To be honest, he's a very good choice. Yes.
Yeah.
Other than Guardians, we have, like, how can I say it? Have you seen what's it called? Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Yeah, I did.
They go to a Asian area called Madripoor. Madripoor is the home, or let's say the running area of the Hand, which they are introduced in Deadpool, in Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, which are basically Netflix's Marvel. That area is also connected to X-Men. So Madripoor is still uncovered. It's like Wakanda. We have only seen it once. So we still have a lot of things to uncover, to discover in that area, in Madripoor and Wakanda. So Deadpool, if it was for me to choose, I would throw him on, let's say, Captain America 4, which is, I think it's a wrong thing to do, but the post-credit scene, and he comes out in Madripoor, that would be a great way to include him. And Fantastic Four, that would also be another way to include him, but in the post-credit scene. All of them, they have to be in post-credit scene, because if he was in the movie, he would, I won't say ruin the voice, but he would take the excitement of the movie and into him, like, you're all excited about the movie, into the action, into everything, and now all of a sudden, oh, you saw Deadpool. This would ruin everything except one movie, Doctor Strange, the one which is coming soon. If we have seen a glimpse, I'm not saying we have seen him, or even heard a single, I don't know, voice note from him, that would be perfect. Nothing more, just a second or two, and then we know, okay, he exists. He's in the MCU, but we don't know how. This is perfect. Okay, we'll discover him in future. We'll have his own movie, or he'll enter in another movie. Like, let them discover that on their own. But for now, if you want to bring him in these, as I said, Guardians post-credit scene, or in another, let's say, planet he is in, discovering, or lost, God knows where he is. These are the things which they could use him. Now we have Loki season 2 coming. I don't think it fits in the Loki chemistry, to be honest. He's quite a different character than Loki.
Loki, I think that he's like better off alone, to be honest.
Loki, there are news from good sources. I won't say the best, but good sources, and that he is in Doctor Strange 2.
Oh my
If you
god.
look at it, Loki, Doctor Strange, Wanda, Spider-Man, these all contributed one way or another in creating the multiverse. Loki did the Kang the Conqueror thing at end of episode 6. Wanda did the Agatha Harkness at end of episode 9, if I'm not mistaken. Doctor Strange did the what's it called, that forgetting spell, I forgot its name, the ruins of something in Spider-Man No Way Home. So they are all connected one way or another, and creating the multiverse or bringing in characters that don't belong here. And we have first seen another character from another universe in Wanda, who is what's it called, Wanda's brother, Maximoff, Pietro.
Oh yeah.
Pietro, yes. This is where it's exciting. And is he really a variant, which could be connected to Loki? Is he, let's say, Pietro Maximoff, but was, let's say, manipulated by Agatha Harkness? That's why he doesn't know his name. So the possibilities are endless. You know, he's an X-Men character. He's Quicksilver from X-Men. But here I forgot his name. The possibilities are endless, as I said. So let's see what happens. Let's see where they will tackle, where they will go to. We are bound to see, if I'm not mistaken, 7 to 8 works from Marvel this year. We have Doctor Strange, we have Thor, we have who do we have else? I think Guardians 3, if I'm not mistaken. Then we have Miss Marvel, we have Moon Knight, we have She-Hulk.
I mean, look, I don't know about you, but in the anime industry, tomorrow is gonna be a very big day. We have Attack on Titan, part 2 of season 4. The final season is gonna be released tomorrow, and I'm like,
okay.
Twitter is blowing up, bro. Everything.
I'm seeing your Instagram stories. I know.
Oh my god! Like,
here's another thing. Marvel released a TV show. I don't know if you have seen it or not. It's called What If.
yeah.
So yeah, and What If, because of that, because it got great reviews, everyone liked it, and like it can create possibilities where it doesn't touch the MCU. You know, it doesn't play in the MCU. It's just taking MCU moments and what if it happened in this way or that way. But because of What If, Marvel is trying to do an animation or animated Marvel Studios to do more animated work for them. So in future, it's very, very likely that you would see an anime type of MCU. Star Wars are doing it, Tara. The future of anime is promising. The future of Marvel is promising. I don't think
no. The future of anime, of anime is like, you see how when somebody like pushes you to the wall and like chokes you.
Yes.
That's what Netflix is doing to the anime industry.
Yeah, no, true. Netflix isn't anime, I would say, to be honest, because anything is anime. Right?
Listen, when Death Note was released,
to convert it, they I won't say horrible is the right one. I remember the reviews. I remember seeing it and everyone hating it, to be honest. Even like enter IMDb and read.
The biggest controversial issue about Death Note movie, the Netflix Death Note movie, was that there's this character, the detective. He is white in the anime, and then they bring him in black in the movie.
This is the industry right now, not just Netflix. There are Captain Marvel in comics. It's a man. It's Marvel, not Captain Marvel. Okay, he's a man. But here, because they wanted to release it on International Women's Day, they did it a female character. While the first Captain Marvel, the female Captain Marvel character is Monica Rambeau, who was introduced in WandaVision. There are many characters who are not, I would say, people of color or of ethnicity. They are changing him just to suit the industry, what the industry wants, what the industry needs. and they are doing it in a wrong way. Like instead of, let's say, introducing new characters and making them people of ethnicity or people of color, they are changing the main characters. You know, the characters which we know, which we love. The same thing happening is with the Little Mermaid. The Little Mermaid, she's a white lady with red hair. Did you see the characters which they chose? it's I swear, like with all my respect, yeah, it's a black female.
What can we do?
يعني don't do this, please, for the love of God. يعني,
what do you mean don't do this, bro? No, it like
no, what? No, like introduce your own characters, create new characters. It's like when you are, let's say, taking like with Death Note, is it exactly everything which happened in the movie? Is it like the anime?
It completely changed. 360
Yes,
degrees.
exactly. They changed it. Okay, when you introduce changes, like introduce new characters, make it more
And it's not the
exciting.
story was
Don't use available characters. Don't use available storylines, plot lines, and
it wasn't
like-
smooth.
Listen, this is the thing which they want to do. When they take something huge, something big, because they are changing it, they want. Well, look, when I say everyone, I don't mean everyone in the world. I mean everyone in a specific community, which I won't name, but I think you would understand. And they want to please. That's why they do it this way. But I don't know if you have seen Squid Game. I just finished it yesterday. With Squid Game, they couldn't do that. Why? Because Korea is against this law, against this act or people in a very, very, very bad way. Even if there was a Russian TV show or a movie, you would see the same thing. Because Russia is extremely against this thing. You wouldn't see such things in them, but because Netflix is creating an enemy and mostly introducing it in America, it's not, let's say, a Japanese TV show anymore. It's an American or, let's say, Western TV show. They have the free will to do whatever they want, which is the bad thing, you know, because it's created by, let's say, Western minds and not Eastern, not by the original creators. You know, they are, even if it was made by the original creators, they're given these, let's say, boundaries by Netflix or whatever the production company is in a specific way. You know, you have to, let's say, include a kissing scene, or let's say a different character, if you understand what I meant by different. Yeah, it's really not up to the person itself, the creative person. It's up to the production company. They hold the money, they hold the control. So they say yes, they say no.
Yeah.
It's not up to us fans either. Like fans could do so much that it would affect them very, very rarely. Like I remember when Netflix introduced that movie, I think it's French, if I'm not mistaken, the one which had children dancing in it and inappropriate clothes, if I'm not mistaken. The world went by storm. Everyone got crazy. Netflix was hashtagged, I swear, cancel Netflix, I don't know what. And we did cancel. Our family did cancel. By family, I mean this house. But what's happened is that their stock fallen very little, that it went back up in, I wouldn't say weeks, it went back up in days. Yani, they are literally an untouchable empire. Like, what could we do? Even like back then, the entire world like came together to, let's say, cancel Netflix or to let them delete that movie, but they didn't delete it. It's still there. What they did is they said that no, it's a movie, I don't know what, by passion, and the purpose is different. I don't know what. It's the creative.
They could like,
you know,
they could add like regional restrictions, like for the movie to not.
That's the thing. They didn't do that. Including with Eternals when it came down here in, I won't say just Bahrain, GCC. What happened is that because Emirates is a global market, you know, Bahrain, it's a Bahraini Saudi market. You know, a very big chunk of viewers are Saudi who come to Bahrain to watch movies. Saudi, it's mostly mixed between Bahraini, Saudi, Kuwaiti, because they are all connected to each other. Kuwait, it's mostly Kuwaitis. Kuwait, honestly, their cinema industry is great. they are doing a very, very, very good job, and it's something which I'm trying to do here with the cinemas here in Bahrain. I'm trying with certain people. Let's see what happens. It needs a lot
Oh
of
my
work, a lot of
God.
time, a lot of dedication.
المخرج أحمد
But inshallah, it would be something which would serve أيوة خرج very soon. Wait. But no, I'm working inshallah. يعني I'm not saying it will happen, but at the same time I won't say no. Let's see what happens. يعني I didn't give up hope. I'm working on it. what I'm trying to say, and when Eternals came out, at first Kuwait banned it, the first country, and the Eternals want to say no, we won't upload it. We won't release it in theaters. What was the reason? That it had the خبرك characters in the movie.
Yeah.
One of the main characters, Gilgamesh, he's يعني
queer. He's queer.
Yes. So they said we will not release it. Why? Because Disney didn't allow them to cut off his scenes. Moving on to, let's say, Oman, they did the same thing. Moving on to Saudi, they did the same thing. Bahrain, at first, what they wanted to delete is the kissing and the sex scene. And they didn't allow. They said no. So they had to remove the entire movie. It doesn't come in line with our guidelines. So they removed
it's either you take it or leave it. That's it.
Yes, exactly. But what Disney did later on is that they gave them the UAE version. They removed the kissing and the sex scene, but there was another issue. Bahrain wanted to cut even more. What they wanted to cut, which I was told, is that I don't remember which character it was. They would say a word in Arabic, like just a word in Arabic. I don't remember exactly what it was. What was that word? But because they wanted them to remove this word, but Disney didn't allow, then here they had to ban it for the second time. That's why it got banned. It's not because of the, let's say, Nawab or anything. No, like I don't know if I'm supposed to say this or not, but there is a Nawab that he was one of the ones who said we have to ban, and they worked on making sure it get banned. Later in comments after it got banned, he said that I'm gonna watch it, but not in Bahrain. Like, why did you ban it at first place?
What? Why?
That's the thing. And he will watch it to I don't know what was he thinking. He will watch it to, let's say, judge by himself or stuff like this, that his call was correct. I don't know, but doing this, it's a cheap shot, to be honest. Like, banning it for everyone, then you want to see it. Like, Tara, you're not preventing anyone from watching it. Tara, it will drop in 4 days.
That's
Wallah,
very low blow, to be honest.
That's one thing. The other thing is we will pirate it. That's the other. Saudi is near to us. Emirates, the same thing. It's not hard. It's not like the borders are closed. No. I know many who traveled and watched it.
Yeah, it's just traveling just to watch a movie.
For me, honestly, what I would do, honestly, and in my opinion, I wouldn't ban the movie. I would raise the age restriction and put a warning. Age restriction, I put it 18 because one, okay, you don't want your kids to watch this stuff. You don't want the children of this country to watch this stuff. Okay, put an age restriction. 18 is, I would say, a reasonable age for everyone. At 18 or at least you have a brain. You can think. You know what's right, what's wrong. Other thing, you have a warning. Like, this movie includes such scenes. Do you want to watch it? Enter. You don't enter. Banning an entire movie. You know what they did to the cinemas? Wallah, they harmed the cinemas because Marvel movies are a very, very, very huge contribute to any movies earning. Like, they wait for a Marvel movie release in a crazy way. Like, wallah, because it's always packed. It's jam-packed, the cinemas. When a Marvel movie comes out, the sales are booming to the roof. Even if it's not the best Marvel movie, but you would still see the cinema packed, which it's really rare to see cinema empty. They didn't just, let's say, stop us from watching it. They also stopped the cinemas from earning. They got harmed one way or another. Their sales went down. It was a bad call, in my opinion.
Well,
But who am I to judge? Who am I to say all this stuff? It's up to the people themselves to say.
if it was up to me, I would put an age restriction of like 25 and above.
Yeah, okay, then we would not enter. No, 18 seems valid. No, in Emirates they are introducing the 21 plus, which for me it's sensible. Many people are saying it's not ethical, it's not right, it's not what you have grew up on in terms of, let's say, religion. But you know why they are introducing is they want people to enter the movie without any cutscenes. If you know the movie is wrong, it doesn't have any cutscenes, don't enter it. Like, why? Don't attack the idea. You're against it. Okay, be against it. But there is a reason why they are doing this. They don't want you to enter this movie and only see it, and let's say without any cutscenes. No, they're introducing it. So if you want to see it, they didn't force you. That's one thing. Like, notice when it was introduced, very short after Eternals was banned in the entire GCC. I won't say it has something to do with Eternals, but I think Eternals was a very strong indication that people have a love for movies, for cinema. They have passion for it. They want to see it. If there is a potential that it gets banned, you have the 21 plus. Unless the movie is extremely disrespectful, it has to be banned. Then yeah, I also vote. I don't care what movie it is, what director, actor, or production company which is doing it, just ban it. If it's disrespectful, do it. But in terms of
what if the director was Sam Raimi?
Let them ban it. Like no. Look, there are movies.
Yeah, so
it's not about the director, as I said. It's about the production company. They have specific guidelines to work on. Let's see what happens. Yani.
A few weeks ago, actually, they announced that they're bringing back Batman, and it's one of the most anticipated movies for 2022.
Yes.
And we had a little conversation, me and you, about how Flash is gonna erase Superman and Batman using Flashpoint.
Yes.
And to be honest, I did see this coming. I did see this coming. I did see the Flash, the CW TV show, and like how he interacts with Supergirl, Superman's nephew, and Green Arrow, stuff like that. And the minute that they introduced Flashpoint and that he went back in time to see his dead mother, I did see this coming. I knew that one way or another they're gonna make a movie or something where it involves him erasing something or someone very important to the DC universe. So that's why I wasn't really surprised, but I did laugh a lot because I was imagining what was going to be your reaction and other people.
I was furious. Wallah, I was furious. When I uploaded the news, I was minutes away from sleeping. It ruined my sleep, to be honest. Every night when I want to sleep, just 5 to 20 minutes, and that's it, I'm done. Wallah, that night I spent like nearly an hour just thinking, punching the blanket. مسكين يعني but I was furious because it's a very stupid decision. And I used to think that Sony is the most stupid studio out there, but like, alhamdulillah, Warner Brothers confirmed that they deserve that spot. They deserve number one and being the most stupid company out there. They really, really don't care about the fans.
I mean,
when I say really, I mean really.
It's not about them not caring. Look, we do know that Superman and Batman movies are like more than 75% of the profit that they make, stuff like that. But the decision of making Flash erase these two amazing superheroes, it was okay. You're gonna be surprised here. A lot of
Yeah.
fans wanted this.
I didn't read a single fan wanted this. So if you found any comment, please send it over, please, because we are dying here. Like the thing is, I understand that Batman and Superman have been the front face of DC for such a long time, and they want to move on with new characters. There is no shame in that. There's nothing wrong with that. بالعكس, and we want to see new characters. It's DC. It's the competitor of Marvel. Bringing in new characters isn't the best way doing it while you brought them at the expense of erasing another character. This is wrong. They could bring, let's say, they could stop Batman and Superman or replace them by ending their story, not erasing them. Erasing them means like they are out of the sword خلاص.
I mean,
But by ending
yeah.
their story, and let's say they're tired, عادي ما فيها شيء. يعني Batman gets tired at the end. He's a human. Or let's say Superman just wants to live his life with her name is Martha, or I forgot her name.
Martha's his foster mother, I think.
Yeah. Then what's her name? Judy Foster, if I'm not mistaken. Or that's the name of the actor. I don't know. No, that's the name of the actor. Shfini Anna.
You're a bit rusty in the DC universe, I see.
No. I'm fasting to.
Oh, okay.
My mind is شو اسمه. Go slow on me, please. المهم, and there is a way to do it properly. Erasing it isn't the way, to be honest. يعني I know the Flashpoint. I've even played Injustice on my phone, if I'm not mistaken. Flashpoint isn't a new term to me. I know what it is. I've alhamdulillah many DC friends to explain this stuff to me. يعني, as you said, it's not something to be surprised of. It's something that would come eventually. And a Flash movie would be the perfect movie to introduce that. But for me, Flashpoint from the very first Flash movie, it's a bit, I don't know.
No. Listen up. Flashpoint wasn't introduced in the Flash movie. It was introduced.
No, it's not introduced. I mean, like they will use it right now to erase something very big at the very first Flash movie. That's, and I don't know, it's a bit much. يعني, look at the Flash movie. There is Superwoman or Supergirl, I don't know her name, honestly. We have Batman, Michael Keaton. I even have a, what's it called, Funko Pop of him here on top of me. والله, يعني they are bringing one new character and one old, let's say, fan-loving character into his film. I don't think that's the right thing to do. He should have, like, it's his solo movie. Let him shine.
Yeah.
Let them show us who Flash is. His superpowers. It's not just someone who runs around and it's very quick. This is what I have with DC, and they want to please the fans, but they are not knowing how. يعني, they are not listening to the fans. They are just doing what they think is right. Yeah, يعني, وبالنهاية what they are doing with Ben Affleck and Henry Cavill.
Oh my God!
For me, the best Batman and Superman, يعني, who portrayed these characters, they're just ending them like this. That's a horrible thing to do. Like, that's disrespectful, to be honest. I don't know, honestly. I don't know what else to say other than it's a shame to see like DC coming to this point. يعني, see the Batman, which is coming by which is being played by Robert Pattinson, directed by Matt Reeves. Why everyone is excited at first, everyone hated it, including me. But now it's literally the most exciting film for me for 2022, besides Doctor Strange, because it's a new Batman. We have seen Batman from his start. We have seen the young Batman in the TV show Gotham. Now we are seeing I won't say teenager, but a youth version of Batman. He's still rogue. He doesn't have that control on himself. His way of justice is taking matter to his own hand. That's where I'm excited about the movie, because he is just Hadina. He will slap everyone left and right. Believe me about this. This is the exciting thing about him. يعني what they are doing, it's wrong, to say the least. It's very wrong. ف ولا يعني what they call it, I forgot in Arabic, my mind is now
No,
خلاص
bro,
logging off.
it's okay.
And this Batman movie isn't in the DCEU. It's a standalone Batman movie, just like the Joker. So if you think about it, the standalone movies are levels more hyped, more anticipated, more, let's say, the fans want it or care about it, rather than the DCEU, which is the center of DC, the official timeline of DC. For why is that? Yani, why, when you have, let's say, the main thing, no one is caring about it, but the side thing, everyone is excited for? There's definitely something wrong. Definitely. Yani, why? Yani, you don't see people excited for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and not, let's say, WandaVision or Loki. No. Yani, everyone is excited for the main thing at first, then comes the secondary or the side thing. Here, it's the opposite. يعني I don't know what to say الصراحة. يعني it's يعني it's put up. أنت تفهمها عاد. You fill in the blanks.
Okay.
ف
Oh my god.
يعني I feel sorry for whoever يعني is extremely passionate about these characters, who works there in DC, who wakes up every day hoping that he would have a better day, but you know, Warner Brothers keep disappointing him, and
everybody on the day of announcement that they're gonna erase Superman and Batman.
Well, it's gonna be a huge disappointment. You will see Twitter. Let the movie just be released. You will see Twitter. I will send it to you. I don't forget these stuff. So when it comes to movies, when it comes to my own things personal, close to my heart, these I don't forget them. I hold a grudge against Warner Brothers till the day I die. I will not forgive them until they fix DC. They give them a standalone studio, just like how Disney gave Marvel Studios their own standalone studio. They tell them, do what you want to do. I won't forgive Warner Brothers until they do this. يعني I'm out of words خلاص. شي يسمونه mumbling ما شي يسمونه الصراحة. يعني it's not right. I'm ready to stay والله till 4 a.m. أتحنطم on this very specific topic. And I can bring even more. I didn't forget Zack Snyder's story. I didn't forget how Joss Whedon treated everyone bad. I'm ready. يعني just say the word and خلاص. يعني I would write a book if I have to.
My god! Talking about books.
Yes.
How's your book writing going?
How's my what?
Your book writing. You've been working on this book since like high school or something.
The book, to be honest, I finished writing it. I have two ideas for it right now, which I'll tell you. I finished writing it when I entered the editing stage. This is where I honestly stopped. I won't say I stopped caring. No, I still do care about it. It's very meaningful to me, this book. It has a lot of memories. But the thing is that when I started editing it, there are some parts which I realized, some chapters which I didn't write aslan, because I didn't go, let's say, chapter 1, I'd write it, then go to chapter 2. No, I'd go back and forth. But there are chapters which I said, okay, I didn't have any idea right now. I don't know what I'll write, so I'll come back to it later when I got the perfect picture. When I went back to them, unfortunately, I didn't get the perfect picture. I said, leave it. For now, when I read the book, it's around 15,000 words, if I'm not mistaken, not too much.
Okay.
When I kept it in words, it was around, I don't know, 28 pages, 27 pages, including the, let's say, what's it called? The thank you message or letter, the front page, the last page. It's really not that long. Yani if I spend money on making and publishing it, يعني بيكون خسارة. I don't care about the money صراحة. I care about you guys reading it, enjoying it. But as I said, every time I go into editing the book, it's another problem. يعني علة ثانية تطلع لي والله العظيم. يعني I just kept it on hold, on stop. I said I'll continue with everything else. The day which I felt I have to go back to it, I will do it. And 2022, one of the goals, inshallah, I will finish it. But at the same time, this happened to me yesterday. I was thinking about continue writing it because I think so far I have 7 to 8 chapters in the book. Each few chapters I wrote it in different grades. يعني grade 10 I wrote a few chapters, and grade 11 I wrote another few chapters. Grade 12 I wrote the final few chapters. You would see the difference in writing and ideas and word selection, everything. I was thinking in college these 4 years, and I would continue writing it. But at the same time, I don't have any idea what I would write, what I would do, what I would add. It could be more of a disadvantage, or it could be more of a bad thing than a good thing. I don't know, I'm thinking about it. Yeah, in the book, I've never forgotten about it. It's very dear. Every time I open my laptop, I sit here on desktop, sitting.
Just waiting
let's see what happens. Crying, Ahmed, please. But no, I haven't forgot about it. And inshallah, yani this is a promise from me to everyone, to even myself, because this is a huge thing for me. That before I graduate, at least one person will see the book, and it's not me. Yani.
I mean, look it up, bro. Yani. If like when the book actually releases, bro, I'm gonna make a book campaign. Like just for you.
I'll contact you, book enthusiast, inshallah. يعني I know there will be support. There will be a lot of people who صراحة are waiting to read it. The support from you guys, والله العظيم. يعني I don't like to brag, but it's been something else. يعني I'm not a writer, I'm not someone big or anything, but your support, like you guys have just been nothing short than amazing صراحة. Like I don't know what to say. It makes me emotional. I'm thinking alhamdulillah, I have such people يعني holding my back and being there for me. Thank you.
I mean that's what friends are for. Like I mean,
true.
if it wasn't for like the good days and the bad days, like we wouldn't be sticking together and criticizing stupid DC movies and you know, like being in the action.
Yes. You guys are Ned and MJ to me, Spider-Man.
Oh yes, exactly.
I want to say
the perfect analogy. The perfect analogy to this subject.
Yes.
Oh my god.
But no Flash. We
don't like no Flashpoint.
No. Inshallah.
Oh my god. Yeah. So then I think we could wrap it up right now. Thank you, Ahmed, for
I'm extremely hungry
for having this amazing episode. This is gonna be a special episode of Bahraini Voice, guys. This is gonna be
inshallah
one of those milestones in our journey to being the next Joe Rogan, but Bahraini version.
Never say never, never say never. I don't know what would happen here. Look, when I was telling you what happened in university, just like the first semester, like back then I was just a kid. Now see how far both of us have reached. Never say never. I don't know what will happen. The possibilities are endless. The sky is our limit. Inshallah, you don't know. Who's Joe Rogan? Who will remember Joe Rogan? We have
Ahmed. Don't know Joe Rogan?
Who is Joe Rogan?
Joe Rogan has this amazing podcast on YouTube.
Yeah, I know. I meant Joe like Rogan in future.
Bro.
In future, who is Joe Rogan? People will be Ahmed Alawi. They'll be like, oh, Joe Rogan who copies Ahmed Alawi. Yeah, I know that guy. Like this, he would be the podcaster.
Oh my god. Yeah, I guess. I don't really know how to say goodbye to you. I don't want to, but we have to, man. You said you're hungry?
Yes, extremely.
You're extremely
hungry. I'm fasting the entire I'm having a headache. والله الحين علي اصلي السبع، اطلع لنا من السبع، مع 7:30 ل8 8:30 جامعتنا عندهم مباراة ضد Winners Academy. I have to go there and take pictures of them.
Okay. To everybody listening, you are invited to go and see the match.
No. Okay. If you want يعني send 200 person benefit وحياكم.
Yeah, everybody, AUBH, American University Bahrain.
Yes.
And yeah, this is
the best union Bahrain. That's what I can say about.
Yeah. Everybody knows. Oh my God! Imagine AUBH actually featuring this podcast in their story, bro.
ترى we are starting a podcast club. يعني the podcast room, I think it's ready. You can see it in their recent post. It has an audio logo on they have like a plaque. I think they call it a plaque, the thing which they put on the wall. It has an audio. That's the podcast room, if I'm not mistaken. So we are starting a podcast club soon, inshallah.
Oh my God.
We might. يعني I'm not saying no. I'm not saying yes, but I heard يعني it's in plans, and there will be a collaboration between the AUBH and the Bahraini podcast.
We'll see about that.
Inshallah.
Well, I guess that's it, folks. And this was your amazing guest, the legend himself, Ahmed Rahimi. And this was your host, Ahmed Alawi. And this was an amazing episode of the Bahraini Voice podcast. See y'all in the next episode. If you have any suggestions, tips, you are more than free to contact me on my Instagram, and we do have a subreddit. In fact, I don't really see much